we use data models as a visual representation of our data elements and any connections between them. So in this particular case, for story number 1, we've got 4 worksheets, which become 4 tables or fields in Power BI. So the aim really is to explicitly define and, where appropriate, link the individual data variables between tables so that we can basically tell our story. So when we explore one particular element, say access, in this case, access patterns through logins, we can understand how that has repercussions or implications on group membership and engagement or assessment patterns. So for this story, you have a very, very simple data model. Yeah, we have an Excel worksheet called Story 1, and within that workbook, you have 4 worksheets, and that is logins, engagement, assessment, and files. And in those individual worksheets, I've listed down with the bullet points all the column names. So we have module name, student email and activity date for logins. We've all in engagement. We'll have answers to questions like, have they accessed the module? If we looked at the assessment worksheet, we'd see things like, what score did they get? What was the possible score they could have got for that assignment or assessment? And then in the files worksheet, we've got things such as the number of interactions, what's the item called, how many interactions or accesses have we had. Now, we'll use, in the scenario for our story, we'll be using the idea of accesses. In other words, how many times has that thing been clicked or accessed by a student? But we have included the number of interactions. That basically means the number of times that thing's been clicked by people. So that might be some area that you'd like to explore later on. Now, as you look at this, you can see these 4 worksheets, and even though something like module name is consistent across all 4 worksheets, we've designed this deliberately to be very self-contained. So each worksheet is going to be a tab in Power BI that answers a specific or answers a set of questions around a focused theme. So we're not having them where they need to be unique and connected up in this particular story. So when you upload the workbook into Power BI, which we'll show in a minute, it'll populate with the 4 worksheets, and it's going to be available in your fields panel. And within each of those sheets, if you look at them, you'll find those headers as I've identified in this section here.